What's up, everybody? It's Sid and Millie back with another episode. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we'll be talking about the FIFA organization's plan or plot, I guess, to sell off part of it for the World Cup tournament to like private interests.
Yeah. So essentially going to have major implications. It would impact all of world football. As we know, the FIFA World Cup is a very special tournament to all football fans, to all of our hearts. It's supposed to unify the world. And so the fact that the FIFA president has put forth an underhanded plan that didn't go through any of the necessary channels within the FIFA governance bodies, but put forth a plan to sell off a portion of the World Cup to private investors is absolutely insane.
That is insane.
It is blasphemous to the game of football, and it is a clear indication of corruption. The FIFA president needs to be replaced and removed from office immediately, yesterday.
Absolutely.
Like, he needs to be gone immediately. So this plan would essentially create a subsidiary company, which would be essentially a money pot for the World Cup. And so these private investors would then own portion of the World Cup and be able to influence how the tournament operates. That doesn't make any sense. Why would a football organization, which is a nonprofit organization, sell a portion of itself in order to try and maximize profits?
Why would it do that?
It just doesn't make sense.
No.
FIFA is not supposed to be ran like a business. It is supposed to be a sporting body. It is supposed to protect the integrity of football. And this is a clear sign that the FIFA president has to go. He is corrupt. He does not care about the sanctity of the sport. He doesn't care about the meaning behind the World Cup. And he clearly doesn't understand how football generally works or operates. Yeah. He doesn't understand the historical part. He doesn't understand the fans. He doesn't understand the players. And he is just another money hungry rat that is trying to make a buck before he retires. And it's unacceptable. He has to be stopped.
Yeah, absolutely. Because so what are some of the, I guess, implications of selling that subsidiary? Would it be just kind of like similar to how this World Cup operated?
Well, no, they would create the subsidiary, and that subsidiary would essentially own part of the World Cup. And then that body would not only raise funds for the World Cup, which, again, just to point on that, how in the world can FIFA possibly need to raise any funds right now? They just had the most profitable World Cup in history. And they're talking about raising funds?
Greedy.
That's why he's a greedy little rat, Infantino. Yeah. He's got to get out of there. I'll just keep reiterating that throughout the episode. But yeah, essentially that body also, just to mention, Infantino himself would be one of the main people in that subsidiary, as well as the Kushners. So if you know Donald Trump's son-in-law, all of their sketchy business deals that they've done with Saudi Arabia and all of these foreign governments, they essentially would be the people who would be part of that private investment group. So getting world football involved with some of the worst people on the planet, again, it is insane.
Yeah.
And it is a sign, again, look at Infantino. It is a clear sign. The people he is surrounding himself, Trump, the Kushners, all of these people are notoriously bad people, terrible people, shady business people, bad people in general. And now the fact that Infantino is trying to do business and deals with them to sell off a part of a sport that doesn't belong to him, it's completely out of place.
It's massively corrupt.
Yeah, it's so corrupt, clear as day. He has to be removed. I think at this point, that is the least that what needs to happen. I agree with UEFA. There needs to be written promises from FIFA, contractual promises from FIFA that some underhanded move like this would never be attempted again. And I completely agree with them. There needs to be safeguards put in place to protect corrupt individuals from ruining an entire organization, because this cannot be allowed to go through.
No.
And once again, the FIFA president skipped all of the necessary steps didn't go through the FIFA governance bodies, didn't tell the member associations, didn't flag to the players, literally didn't do anything. And then they're coercing the member nations with 40 million euros each. That is insane. That is clear coercion. And I would dare to bet that that is illegal under EU law. Surely coercion is illegal under EU law. Surely. So I'm sure that the European Union is looking into this and finding a way to truly punish these sorts of individuals, because there's no way you can do that.
Yeah, because sorry, who did you say he was trying to like pay off? Or
everybody. So that's the offer. So countries, if they essentially accept this proposal, they will receive a 40 million pound or euro payout for accepting the proposal. And if they don't accept the proposal, they will be punished by FIFA. So accept our bribe money or get punished, even though you skipped all the necessary steps to even put forth this proposal.
What in the world?
It is. Yeah,
I don't even understand
it's
how that...
massively illegal. I mean, it is the clearest sign of corruption, I think, honestly, other than our own United States government. I would say it is the most corrupt thing that has happened in modern times.
They're involved.
So. Well, yeah, not surprising that Trump and his family are involved in this sort of thing. But just another reason for world football to continue to reject this proposal. The fans have been massively outspoken, massively loud online, rejecting this. And we have now gotten rejections from both UEFA and CONCACAF. So that is two massive sporting bodies. The UEFA controls the 55 European nations, and CONCACAF controls the 44 American nations in North, South, and Central America. So two huge sporting bodies have already rejected FIFA's offer. Let's just be honest. You cannot have a World Cup without Europe.
Yeah,
so
fair.
That's bar none. And now that CONCACAF has come out, you cannot have a World Cup without North, Central, and South America. It is impossible. Europe. That is over half of the world that has already said they reject this proposal. But UEFA even went a step further, and they have said that they are going to boycott every single FIFA tournament and competition until FIFA withdraws this proposal and gives written assurances that something like this will never happen again. Yeah. And I think that's brilliant from UEFA.
Truly.
And they were the first, League of Nations to submit their response. So without further ado, Sid, you want to take us through what UEFA had to say? I mean, UEFA they were not messing around. They did not mix words. Football is not for sale. Football is a world sport. It is not something that can be sold. No individual or organization should be, trying to influence and dictate how the future of football looks. It's simply not yours to do that with. So again, absolutely disgusting behavior by Infantino, the FIFA president. He 100% needs to be removed from office as soon as possible. He is dangerous to world football, and he is clearly become public enemy number one, and I think he's going to be removed. But anyway, without further ado, now Sid is going to read the UEFA statement for the UEFA nations. So
yes.
Yeah, you want to hit the title just so everybody knows.
Oh, okay, yeah. So this is the statement on behalf of UEFA and its 55 national associations.
And this can be found on UEFA.com. Pretty simple.
Yep, or if you follow them on Twitter, I think that's where
Yep.
Okay. So this states, UEFA and its national associations will not participate in FIFA competitions, period. UEFA and its 55 member associations stand as one. We unanimously and unequivocally reject FIFA's proposal to transfer ownership interests in the World Cup and other FIFA competitions to private investors. The World Cup cannot be treated as an investment product. It is one of football's greatest sporting legacies. It has been built over generations by players, national teams, and supporters across every continent. No part of it should ever be surrendered to private investors. The World Cup is not for sale. It is both irresponsible and indefensible that a proposal of such significance for football was conceived in secret and brought to the brink of approval without any meaningful consultation with those entrusted with stewarding the game.
Wow. Done in secret.
Yeah, secret is crazy. This is not merely a profound failure of leadership, but an abdication of FIFA's duty as the custodian of world football.
Facts. Yep.
National associations around the world are now presented with an ultimatum: accept the irreversible capture of football's greatest competitions or bear the consequences. This is not a democratic decision, but governance by intimidation, an act of coercion unworthy of an institution entrusted with the stewardship of the global game.
And you see, even UEFA used the word coercion. And that is why I think there might be legal grounds here, because even UEFA noted that that is coercion. So,
wow.
Yeah, I hope they get Infantino.
Hey.
Lock them up.
Yeah. Hey. They just might.
Yeah.
This is pretty, like, clear. Clear cut. And then it goes on to say, but our opposition goes far beyond process. The moment external investors acquire ownership interests in FIFA competitions, football changes forever. Yep. Commercial return becomes a permanent obligation. Investor expectations become a daily pressure. From that moment onwards, every decision on the international calendar, every decision on competition formats, and every decision shaping the future of football is no longer driven by what best serves the game, but by what best serves shareholders.
Exactly. We've seen it so many times. Private equity buys out a company, the company goes to shit. Their food quality gets worse, or their product line gets worse, because private equity does that every time. They ruin companies and then sell them for scraps. That's what they do, because it's all profit driven. That is not what the purpose of football is at all.
Absolutely not, because, anyway, okay, so then it goes on to say, this model has no place in world football. Football's future cannot be dictated by the expectations of those whose first duty is to maximize financial return.
Facts.
Nor can the interests of national associations, leagues, clubs, players, and supporters become subordinate to investor returns.
Facts.
Football cannot mortgage its future for financial gain.
Facts.
Europe's position is clear. We will never lend this model our legitimacy.
Wow.
No one has the moral authority to sell what they merely hold in trust for the next generation. As a result of today's discussion, no UEFA national teams will participate in any FIFA competition for so long as these proposals remain alive, unless this proposal has been abandoned in its entirety and binding assurances have been given that FIFA will never again open its governance or competitions to private ownership. Nobody should be in doubt. Nobody should be in any doubt. UEFA and its national associations will oppose these plans with absolute determination. There are moments when institutions are judged not by what they are prepared to accept, but by what they refuse to compromise. This is one of those moments. Some things are simply too important to sell. The FIFA World Cup belongs to football.
Yes.
It always will.
Yep.
And so long as Europe has a voice, it will never be for sale.
Wow. Absolutely brilliant. That's just brilliant. From UEFA, that is brilliant.
Yes.
From head to toe, they nailed it on the head.
Absolutely.
From top to bottom.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Coercion. Clear corruption. Absolutely no room for this private investment bullshit in a world game, in a world competition.
Yeah.
None of it. And now with that, unequivocally, the European nations will not participate in a singular FIFA competition unless FIFA withdraws this proposal and gives written assurances that something like this will never happen again. Think about that for a second. 55 European nations will never compete in another FIFA competition if FIFA does not withdraw this proposal. It is massive. It's massive.
Yeah. I mean, we said it earlier. They're literally, I don't know if I can say this, but like hitting themselves in the foot.
Yeah. No, they are.
Cutting themselves off at the
They're
knees.
the meme where the biker sticks the pipe into the wheel and then trips over and then is wondering what did it. Yourself.
Yes,
it is
that's
Infantino.
A great one. Yeah, literally, because you're essentially just like, yeah, setting everything up for failure. You're
Yep.
setting, I mean, all the teams and all the players, they can't just focus on themselves anymore.
Yep.
They have to focus on what the shareholders want and what they can do to drive profit and
Yep.
do to just lift up the company.
And we already saw that bullshit in this World Cup with these damn water breaks, and we all hated it. It was all for corporations to maximize profit.
Yep.
It was not for the players. We already got a taste of what it looks like when corporations get their greedy, grubby little rat fingers into our competition.
Yeah.
We already saw the impact in this World Cup, and it degraded the integrity of every single football match.
Facts.
And now they're trying to even make that further by putting in these private investigators. So what would we see? Even more match fixing, even more favorable calls for certain teams in certain countries, certain matchups that they would be forced where big teams are going to play each other in rounds in which they shouldn't be doing. That
to
is
like knock them out early.
Right, but also just to create the viewership hype. So it's all of that is the type of shit we will see if a private company gets its grubby, greedy fingers into the FIFA competition. It will completely obliterate the integrity of the game, the integrity of the sport. And again, FIFA is already not cleared of corruption charges, already for match fixing, already for paying refs, already for Argentina smuggling money out after winning the last World Cup. So FIFA is already not a perfect organization.
Wow.
And now on top of that, you've got the FIFA president skipping known governance laws in FIFA's written laws. He's breaking FIFA's own laws. The president of the organization is breaking its own laws and trying to put forth an underhanded proposal and coerce countries into agreeing to it.
Trying to turn them into companies.
Think about that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is mind-blowing that this is even happening right now.
Honestly.
That he would have the gall to try and corrupt world football like this. It is absolutely dumbfounding.
Yeah, honestly. It's like he came to this country for the World Cup and said, we could do this.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Literally.
You know, it's
literally. The World Cup coming to the United States was honestly a mistake.
Notes. Yeah,
facts. He got a taste of that unchecked capitalism and it was like, oh, I want this profit. Yep. It's just like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, because...
go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh, well, I was just going to say, because to your point, this was, the most profitable World Cup in history? Yeah,
in all time.
Again, why do you need more right now?
They don't need more money. They don't need privatization. They don't need that. They just made the most money in history on any sporting competition in history.
Yeah.
It's an absolute joke that they would need private investment. No way.
Well, also, in like being willing to... give each country $40 million?
I don't something like that. I don't know if it was per country or
coercion.
Just straight up coercion. So anyway, so now do you want to pull up the CONCACAF one? Because CONCACAF, although they didn't outright state that they are going to boycott FIFA competitions in the future, they did outright reject the proposal. So all 40 plus countries that are in CONCACAF have rejected the proposal that has been put forth by FIFA. So again, a major sporting body already outspoken, not going to deal with this FIFA bullshit. So without further ado.
Yes. So this one is a statement on behalf of CONCACAF and its 41 member associations.
Oh, 41, fair.
Well,
I said
you said
44.
over 40.
Yeah.
You just said over 40.
Oh,
so
okay.
You were right. No one can say you were
enough.
wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so it states CONCACAF is that is so hard to say. CONCACAF is a confederation united by the love of our game, where football comes first.
Yep.
Guided by this philosophy over the past 10 years, we have built from the ground up an organization founded on service, transparent governance, and the long-term stewardship of football. History has shown FIFA and the football family what happens when the custodians of the game lose sight of these values. With this in mind, CONCACAF today convened in a meeting of the presidents of its 41 member associations, together with its president, council members, and its FIFA council members. Together with its president, council members, and its FIFA council members to discuss a proposal developed and presented by the FIFA president to establish FIFA Forward Enterprise and sell interests in the FIFA World Cup to private investors. That was a mouthful. I'm
yeah,
so
yeah.
sorry.
They missed some periods in there. There must have been some translation issues.
Anyway, so then it goes on to say, during the meeting, the membership expressed deep concerns about the lack of due process surrounding the proposal, the artificially short deadline imposed, and the absence of any review or approval by the relevant FIFA governance bodies. In addition, the need for private equity investment to fund new and existing FIFA Forward programs following the most profitable FIFA World Cup in history was questioned.
I'm saying, where'd the profit go, buddy? Where'd it
For
go?
real.
Where'd it go?
Why do we need more money?
Why do you need more? Come on.
And then it goes on to say, the discussion reinforced the need for greater transparency and proper governance.
Yep.
For these reasons, CONCACAF and its 41 member associations have rejected the proposal. Okay, so they have also tasked their FIFA council members with engaging FIFA to determine how existing vast FIFA... I'm going to start that over. I'm so sorry. So they have also tasked their FIFA council members with engaging FIFA to determine how existing vast FIFA reserves could be used to increase FIFA Forward funding for football development across our region.
So essentially what they're saying is you should have a F ton of money, FIFA. And so let's use that ton of money that you definitely have after this biggest World Cup in history and use that money to further develop our game. Thank you very much.
Facts. Okay, and then their last point here that they have decided to do, they have tasked their FIFA council members with instructing the FIFA president to ensure that any matter follows the proper governance processes via staff and FIFA council in accordance with the FIFA statuses.
Imagine that. A organization that is a part of the greater FIFA body is having to tell that parent organization, FIFA, to make sure you follow your own bylaws before you try and pass something through. Imagine that. A participating body in FIFA is having to tell the organization of FIFA and its president, hey, follow your own damn rules and go through the necessary steps before putting forth any proposal. Think about that. That is insanity. That highlights the corruption.
Yeah.
It highlights how corrupt Infantino is. Only a corrupt individual operates like this.
Facts.
It's a fact.
I mean, period. Point blank, period. There's no arguing against that at all. And the proof is in everyone calling him out.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it ends with, through these actions, CONCACAF reaffirms that football's future and its greatest asset must remain in the hands of our football family.
Yes, that's right. In the football family, none of these randos, none of these private investors, none of this private equity, no thank you. We all would prefer if people who are actually involved in the game of football made decisions about the sport of football.
That makes sense.
I think it just is a direct duh.
I think that makes sense.
It is baffling that we're even having to have this conversation.
Facts.
Baffling.
Yeah, truly.
But, mad kudos, especially to UEFA for setting the standard, coming out first thing this morning with their statement, no hesitation, unequivocally denying and rejecting FIFA's proposal, but taking it a step further and boycotting all FIFA competitions. It's absolutely brilliant from UEFA.
Yeah. And one thing about Europe, they're going to protest.
Yeah, one thing about the Europeans.
They're going to make their voice heard.
Fact.
For sure.
And so to the EU, to the European Commission, to the European bodies that are out there, please, please, please open a criminal investigation into Infantino. As UEFA itself said in its statement, this was an act of clear coercion that I'm guessing is illegal over there. It's illegal here, so I can only assume you guys have much better laws than we do.
Yeah, and right. It's first of all illegal, but also they're doing it so publicly.
So blatant.
So
blatant.
That you don't even have to question it.
It's an open shut case. The judge just has to read the proposal and shut the case. Guilty.
For
Done.
real. Because,
Case
I mean, I
closed.
was thinking when you were saying that coercion is illegal, if you get caught, I feel like a lot of people still do it. But I'm like, this
It's public.
is like
You caught.
open and shut,
Yeah.
to your point.
Yeah.
You know.
Close the book. So to any European bodies with authority, please investigate FIFA, specifically Infantino. Coercion is a criminal offense. This is a clear act of coercion by the FIFA organization, and that should spark an investigation into its president and anybody involved in this deal. 100%. And yeah, once again, just to reiterate, the World Cup is supposed to unite the world. It brought in so many new fans this year, as it always does whenever it comes around. But the point of the World Cup is to show that of many one people, though we come from many different parts of the world, when we unite over the game of football, we can all come together and enjoy the time spent. That is the goal of the World Cup.
Yeah.
That cannot be maintained by private investors, because maximizing profit does not allow you to appreciate the core value of the World Cup, which is uniting the world. And if you stray away from the core value of the entire tournament, the entire principle, you've lost sight of the goal of a governance body of the game of football.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, major red flag in terms of Infantino. I think his time is up. He needs to be removed from office immediately. But also, even FIFA itself, this is unacceptable. If FIFA cannot provide those written assurances to UEFA, to the other sporting bodies of the world, to prevent this from happening again, it is time to move away from FIFA. UEFA can form a nations tournament that will rival anything that FIFA could put forth, especially because we know all of the big leagues and most of the big players are coming from Europe. So there's really no debate over which sporting body has the most power.
That's true.
So UEFA, honestly, it might be time to just dismantle FIFA. If Infantino won't go, maybe he just needs to go down with the sinking ship.
Honestly, that's a great point. Excuse me. Yeah, that's a great point, because I feel like you said, UEFA has all of the bigger, more well-known teams and more well-known players and everything.
And the money. I mean,
yeah.
Let's be for real.
Yeah, fair.
Let's be for real.
So, yeah, I feel like they could very easily do that, very easily dismantle FIFA and take over.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be very easy.
Hostile takeover.
Well, it wouldn't be hostile.
I'm just kidding.
It'd be what FIFA's doing right now is hostile. They'd be saving the game. So, I think UEFA has taken this first step. And here's the thing: if FIFA doesn't respond to UEFA quickly, I wouldn't be surprised if UEFA starts making those steps towards a Nations League or towards some sort of international tournament that can be held in 4 years' time. I would not be surprised by that, honestly. We're 2 years away from the European Championship. Now, then in another 2 years, UEFA could potentially be ready to host yet another tournament.
That's true.
Honestly, UEFA, go for it, brother. Go for it. Let's get Infantino out one way or another, by any means necessary. If he won't leave willingly, let's just starve FIFA out.
Honestly, yeah.
So that, any closing thoughts? Feel pretty good about that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I feel like you touched on everything.
All right, cool.
You killed that.
Yeah, well, I mean, those were our thoughts on FIFA's underhanded coercion plan to sell off a part of the World Cup. Both UEFA and CONCACAF have already rejected the proposal. And again, UEFA and all of its 55 member nations will now boycott any FIFA event in the future. This is massive for world football.
Absolutely.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see. So if you made it this far,
thanks for watching.
And we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.